everybody. It's the Alex Manassa here again, knocking my microphone, and also thinking out loud. Today I want to talk about, as a follow-on to my last video, which was Thinking Out Loud, episode 10, it was the engineer's mindset and how you can apply that to your life. And it reminded me that I'd actually been working on something that was pretty big right after I got out of college. It's called the engineer's lifestyle, right? Or sorry, the engineered lifestyle, right? What you do is you apply engineering principles to your life. This is not a thing that's going to carry you through everything, right? There's no chapter on how to love, okay? There might be a chapter on the physiological benefits of being in love and having love, but I'm not going to show you how to fall in love, right? What I am going to show you how to do in this book, well, as soon as I finish writing it, actually I'm picking it up from like 23-year-old Alex. I'm 31 now. So if you've ever read anything that you've written 8 years ago, it's always really bad. No matter what you said 8 years ago is the dumbest thing you've ever read when you read it. Okay. The engineered lifestyle takes your requirements for life, right? You start with this is good, better, best sort of lifestyle. What are your requirements to have a good, better, or best lifestyle, right? So you got 3 tiers of products. You're pretty much engineering here, right? That product, of course, is your lifestyle. Your basic needs, all the way to your vocation, what you do to make money, to your, your dreams, your aspirations. What do you want to get done in life, right? How do you be more independent? Because engineers also like to have self-contained systems, right? So if you wanted to, let's say, take a engineered approach to your nutrition, right? Well, then you have to identify what are the requirements of your nutrition, because you can look at the daily allotment value on the nutrition label, but that is not how much you should be eating, right? If you want to hit 100%, that's great and everything, but there's sometimes more. What if you want to get into weightlifting? What if you want to do this? So you have to identify what are your personal goals, and then what do you build around that? Apply that to everything in life, right? If you want to have like a small farm, how would you allot the land? What are your requirements? How much requirements is it? So I go through first. The methodology is really short. Engineering methodologies are really, really simple, really, really short. What I would do in this is I would apply them. I'd say, here's an example. I'm going to walk you through it. If you start out with this kind of lifestyle, what are you going to, what would you have to engineer? How would you do it? How would you engineer your house in that case? Like, what is the house that would contain your lifestyle? What rooms do you need? I mean, you can throw a sunroom, sitting room, family room, living room, all that other crap. All those rooms are the exact same room, by the way. They're all the exact same room, except I think the sunroom might have more windows, or south facing, but for the northern hemisphere. You can throw tons of stuff at your life and then hope it works out, or you can really take a holistic approach and identify what do you really need, what are you really trying to do, and then hit your mark every time. All right. And not waste a ton of stuff. You don't need all those. Maybe you don't need all those rooms in your house. Maybe what you do need though is like a double-sized garage. That's the kind of lifestyle you want to have. Sit there and identify up front, what is it that you want in life? How are you going to satisfy those wants? Okay. Now how are you going to get those things that satisfy those wants? So like, I want to be a guy who drives a big sports car. Okay. What do I need? That trickles down. That's a good example. That trickles down. Your career is going to change. Your ability to drive, of course, is going to change. Your risk aversion is going to have to change. All these different things. Your house is going to have to accommodate it. You're also going to have to accommodate like lifts and everything if you want to do work on your car. It's going to change where you live, because you're going to need to live near a mechanic that knows how to work on that kind of car. You're going to want a good mechanic if that's your lifestyle. And or you're going to want to become a mechanic yourself. So now you've added like a hobby career, like a career that is outside of your normal career. So these things kind of trickle down. It's okay to say like, oh, I dream big, but you need to do that analysis and see how it all comes out, right? Even something really, really simple of, I love eating fresh salmon. I mean, that now you're kind of geographically locked, or you're going to pay a lot of money for stuff, right? That actually kind of geographically locks you pretty hard, because now you're going to start seeing trade-offs. Oh, I want to eat fresh Atlantic salmon all the time, as an example. So you're now going to be in like the Northeast, right? You're going to be along the coast. You're going to be along the eastern coast, right? So now you're going to say like, well, what am I going to miss out on the West Coast? Is the Atlantic salmon really worth missing out on, living in Vegas or something like that, or some other place? Because you're not going to get, you might be able to get fresh Atlantic salmon in Vegas. I mean, it's going to be fresh. It's not going to be the kind of fresh that you want. So you guys also define your terms. It's pretty much just sitting down, analyzing what it is you want and how you're going to get there. And I know it sounds really easy, but you have been conditioned to just take whatever life gives you and try to make it work. You have more choice than that. You have more options than that. Exercise them. Do this analysis. Feel free to follow me at the Alex Manassa. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to keep updated. These thinking out louds are just videos where I sit and think out loud, talk to the camera, talk to all of you, and hope you guys get something out of it. Engineers have really weird perspectives on things, so I hope you guys stick around. We are kind of free of the binds of sentimentality. Somebody once asked me, like, how many people is it okay to lose in a war? And I asked, my question back was, how many is it going to take? And they were like, what? That's not the answer I was expecting. I was like, well, if you're gonna ask me to win a war, I need to know what the cost is, right? Duh. That's there's no more, like, if you want to get into moralistic stances, feel free, but that's not really what where us engineers play. Once you know what the cost of something is, then you can make a moralistic, decision, right? That's how it goes. I'll probably be having a little mental urine on all sorts of things like that. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.